So the Vishnus that we talk about, that is the causal beings in the Vaikuntha Loka, are creating many universes. So they are creating many universes by chanting all the Beejaksharas. So these Beejaksharas are nothing but Tripura Sundari's creation. That is, the whole causal realm is inside the womb of Mahavidya Tripura Sundari. So it is just a small egg inside Tripura Sundari. That is, it's the ovaries. And inside the ovaries, the Vishnus are creating Maya. And inside the Maya are the small Vishnus, that is the Kshirodakshaya Vishnus, that is us, who still are learning how to create Maya. So it's a sequence of teacher, student. Now how to learn, how to create Maya like a Vishnu. So to create Maya like a Vishnu, first of all you have to do sadhana. That is, when you do sadhana, your virya gets accumulated, it becomes powerful, it gets converted to ojas. So as it travels upwards, your desires start becoming milder and milder. That is, your desire for food and sleep reduces, desire for sex reduces, desire for money, fame, power reduces, desire for love also reduces. So slowly, as it reaches intellect, this Agna Chakra, it will become more and more powerful, and it will create beautiful dreams, stable dreams. And if you don't plan on dreaming, then you can also stay in the null state. So you can consciously destroy the dream and stay in the desireless state. So when you reach the Sahasrara Chakra, you can stay in the thoughtless state for very long. But if your intellect is very high, that is, if your Agna Chakra is activated, then you will create stable dreams like how Vishnus do. But if you're still in the lower three chakras, what happens is the Maya will not be strong enough. That is, as soon as you create, it gets destroyed because it is not stable. So the people inside the dream, that is, people inside your dream, are at risk of dissolution. They disappear immediately because the creator of them is not powerful enough. So the residents in Vishalakshapuram might be thinking, why is this world disappearing? Like how Thanos did, he made everyone disappear. So similarly, when the people of Vishalakshapura, which you created in the dream, they might think, why is the world disappearing? Because for them, they were just like NPCs, that is the character inside the game, which you created for fulfilling your desire. Similarly, this Maya, whatever you're seeing right now, that is your YouTube, mobile, Zomato, Blinkit, Facebook, Instagram, and all the nations, that is Africa, India, US, everything is a creation of Vishnu. He has created 14 worlds, that is 14 Lokas, 14 solar system, habitable ones. I'm not talking about the non-habitable. There are many non-habitable ones. Those are like the failed dreams, failed dream planets, those are. So whatever is successful has been noted down of total 14. So the 14 Lokas are still operating in the Vishnu's Maya. So in the 14 Lokas, there are many baby Vishnus like you, me. Now it is up to you to either become a Vishnu, that is through the Agna Chakra, you can create beautiful dreams, or it is up to you whether to stay in the null state. That is, if you go beyond the Sahasrara Chakra, there lies no existence. That is, you go beyond the Tripura Sundari's womb. Once you go beyond Tripura Sundari's womb, you become a real consciousness, the true consciousness, called as Sadashiva. I'm not talking about the Shiva or Shankara in the Kailasa Loka. So in the causal realm, there is a Kailasa Loka and also Goloka. So Goloka is created by Krishna and Kailasa Loka is created by Shiva. I'm not talking about the Vrindavan inside the Burloka or the Kailasha Parvata inside Burloka. Vrindavan and Kailasha Parvata are just like a parallel copy of the higher Loka in the causal realm. So near the Satyaloka, there is Goloka and also Kailasa Loka. So whoever is devotee of Shiva will go to Kailasa Loka before merging with him. And whoever is a devotee of Krishna will go to Goloka before merging with him. The reason you are merging with Krishna or Shiva is because they are your Ishta, that is your parallel self. So when the spark of desire arised, before you entered Maya, deep inside Maya, in the Burloka, you were Krishna and also you were Shiva, that is the Shankar Mahadev in the Kailash Parvat. But then you had more baby-like desires, that is you had the lower three desires of food, sleep, sex, power, and that's why you entered more deeper inside Maya. Now the question arises, do you like to create more Maya by accumulating your ojas, that is your sexual energy and sadhana energy? or you want to destroy the Maya. That is going beyond the Agna Chakra and Sahasrara and staying in the thoughtless state. So what is it you want to be? Do you want to become a very powerful Vishnu, or do you want to go back to your true state of consciousness? So it is all up to you to decide that, because everything you yourself decided. There was no one to tell you anything. That is, there was no spiritual person to guide you. You yourself decided, I want to be born in Burlok. And now you yourself are deciding whether to change the Loka, whether to create your own Loka by accumulating your ojas, or whether to stay in the true state of consciousness. That is no dream state, no thought state. So it's all up to you to decide where you want to be. The Sadashiva, or the Vaikuntha Loka, or the Goloka, or the Kailasha Loka, or in the astral planets like Bhuva, Swaha, or Hiranyaloka, or in the physical planets like Bhurloka, Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Mahatal, Rasatal, Path. So if you are a fan of the riches, then you will be there in Vital. If you are a fan of sexual activities, then you will be there in Atal. And if you are a fan of criminal activities, then you will be probably in Patal or Mahatal, Rasatal. So wherever your desire is more, you will go to that loka. So we are talking about all this is because we are differentiating between a materialistic person and a spiritual person. A spiritual person will not want to create Maya. That is, he will want to destroy his own Maya. He doesn't want to be a part of any dreams. He doesn't want to create any dreams. And also, he wants to stay in the true state of consciousness. So that is what a spiritual person is. He doesn't want to belong to any kind of Vishnu's Maya, nor his own Maya. He wants to always stay in the dreamless state. He doesn't want to create any dreams. But a materialistic person is a person who uses Tripura Sundari's energy. So all Beejaksharas comes from Om. So Om is the true state of consciousness. From Om, it splits into Kailarim, Hasakahalarim, Sakalarim. So the Om, the Sadashiva state, the true state of consciousness, gets splitted into Tripura Sundari's Bija, that is Kailarim, Hasakahalarim, Sakalarim. That is the womb of Tripura Sundari. From there, it again splits to Narayan, Narayanaya, Narayanaya, Narayanaya. Then again it goes to Goloka, that is Klim Krishnaya Nama. Then Om Namah Shivaya. It splits even more, that is Shrim Rim Aim Klim, for the baby Vishnus to create small Mayas. So this is how the Beejas are used for creating Maya. So it's all up to you whether to create more Maya or to destroy the Maya. So if you are a materialistic person, you will use the Beejaksharas to enhance your life, enhance your dream making capabilities. But if you are a spiritual person, you will use the same Beeja to go beyond the Agna Chakra and to stay in the dreamless state. Because the more you chant Beeja, the more satisfied your consciousness gets. So that is how sadhana helps us in also creating Maya and fulfilling our desires, and at the same time it helps us go beyond the Maya creating ability and reach the Sahasrara. It also helps us in going to the thoughtless state, because only after your desire is satisfied, then you be in the thoughtless. Otherwise, you keep on dreaming. That is, after your Vishalakshapuram dream ends, you go to some other dream. Then you go to some other dream. So continuously you keep on dreaming. Either you will be there in Vishnu's Maya or your own Maya. And again in Vishnu's Maya or your own Maya. You will never be in the true state if you are a materialistic person. But if you are a spiritual person, you will be fed up of all Mayas and you will tell, I don't want anything. I don't want anything in the world. I just want to do sadhana and go beyond the Agna Chakra and stay in the thoughtless state of the Sahasrara. So this is how a materialistic person and a spiritual person can be differentiated. One person wants to create Maya, fulfill his desires inside Maya, and also if he doesn't have the Maya creating ability, then he will beg for other Vishnu to create Maya for him. So that is who we are. We are beggars. That is, we have asked someone else to create Maya because we ourselves don't have the capability. And not only that, we are inside his own dream and we are fulfilling our own desires. So that is how selfish we are. We ourselves don't have the ability to create universe. We ask for other Vishnu's help and then we fulfill our own desire. by throwing all kachra, and we don't maintain his dream well. That is, inside his dream, at least we should be responsible Vishnus. We should not litter, we should not give rise to plastic, we should not pollute the air, we should be eco-friendly, at least inside his Maya, because it is his, it is not ours to make dirty. So that's why keep his Maya clean, don't give rise to pollution, etc. And also, a spiritual person would never be part of this process. That is, he would never beg for Vishnu to create Maya. He would always store his ojas energy, and he would create his own Maya if he has desires. That is how he is self-reliant. He is not dependent on any gods, deities. He does sadhana, he accumulates ojas energy, and if he has desires, he will create Maya, he'll fulfill his desires, then he'll destroy the Maya. So that is what a spiritual person does. And he goes back to the true state. So that is the difference between a spiritual person and a materialistic person. So if you have understood this video, thanks for tuning in, and we'll meet in the next video. Jai Mahakal.